Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football. The fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Buffalo Bills. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Let's go now. Let's go. Hey, Romo. 50. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Check, 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 check. Watch the safety creep.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Same on.
Check safety, check safety.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively, because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
On second down, here's Henry. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
32. Check nickel. Show him ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Alert. Check 3. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Slam. Hey, give me radar. Shot. Real right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Big shield right here. We got to step it up. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Kill. 53. Ready.
Now a give right side. Cochran. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And to give this time to the tailback. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Switch. Tight 20. Tighten up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
65. Slam. 2-6. 53's the mark. 53. Check with 3. 22. Come to my world.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Switch.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Give him what is the Bills are going to have a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 6-yard pickup.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Falcons 7, Bills 0.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Oh, here we go. Oh, check.
Bang, 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 bang.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, any weapon. Ship. Watch the ship. Check 24. Check 24.
49. Check 49.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go. Here we go. Check it back. It's home run. Home run. 50. Check 50. On the ball.
From the 24, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
On second down, it's Cochran. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
He's checking Craig. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks. Mike 51, Mike.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
And the Falcon first down.
Set. Waiting.
Check 53. Exit, exit.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Set. 250.
Rip right, rip right. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Hey, 70.
On 3rd down, Cochran. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down, Atlanta.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Right back to him on first down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Mike, 53.
Hey, Zoo. Mike, you don't know no better. Hey, easy. Look at him.
They'll try the air now with Stanford. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Watch out, watch out.
Hey, 5-0.
They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's
Stay 50, stay 50. 22.
On 2nd down now, it's Cochran, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Switch it. Come here, switch it. Check. Crunch. Shoot. He's coming. We got double up. Shoot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Throwaway and incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check. Hey, whip. Watch the whip. Back. Twist.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
They'll run on first down. Cochran. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check, 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 check. Watch the safety crew. Omaha, ready, move. Alert 3. Check safety, check safety. White 7. Big Ed. Omaha, ready, move.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cochran, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, and he's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Hey. Check. Big 20. Check.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Lady. Hey. Showing it. Drill right, 22.
Check 24.
11.
Slam.
Light.
Check.
Look at him.
On third down, Cochran, and he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Kill. 50.
Check 26.
On first down, it's Cochran, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
53. Mike. Go on, D.
On second and 11 now. Stafford gets it off to Freeman. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
22, jet cover. 22.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check.
Here's Jackson to throw. It got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
53. Mike 53. Go. Watch QB drop. Alert flag.
4th down. Here's Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And it's a big turnover there on the the final play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is first down for the Falcons.
First down, Atlanta.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford, that's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Check 50. He's checking. He's alert. Crash. No. Off. Check. Check out. Give me a raise. Look at him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cochran.
Watch the quick.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. A big play here for Buffalo. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Hey, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. The end result, 21 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Recon, 132 fighter. 32.
They'll run on first down. It's Cochran, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
180.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to...
On second and 12, Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and now it's third down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Monday.
Check three.
Chopper. Omaha, ready to move.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike,
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fielded just inside the 20. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Derrick Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch out.
To throw is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now in desperation. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Play action. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. One last shot for Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Atlanta, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.